This video will teach you how to find the academic and peer-reviewed articles that you need for your psychology research project. In the last video, we built a search strategy, so keep your list of keywords and databases handy as we begin searching. Remember, first you'll go to the library homepage, Database A to Z list, filter the list by subject, select Psychology, and again, we will be focusing on Academic Search Complete, eBook Central, JSTOR, ProQuest, and PubMed. Each of these databases contains different information, but they all work in the same way. So you'll want to apply your search strategy to each, one at a time, but I will demonstrate using Academic Search Complete. When you go to log in for the first time, you will be prompted to enter your student ID and password that you use for Canvas and MySVC. So your name with some numbers at mysvc.skagit.edu with the password, and then select student. I'll select employee because that's what I am. And we're taken to the database search interface. This video will start with a beginning search, then describe how to evaluate and refine your results, and then apply advanced search strategies. So let's get started. My topic is bullying in school-aged kids. If I write that into the search bar and click search, like I would in Google, I get just 9 results. This number is unrealistically low because I haven't entered my keywords correctly, so I'll revise and try again. There are multiple boxes here because databases prefer you use one keyword at a time, so I'll revise my search to put one concept per box. Notice how these boxes are linked by the word "and"? That tells the database that you want every article it brings back to contain every single one of these keywords. We'll talk more about it later, but for now, just keep it to one concept per box. So this search still gives me just 9 results. This topic has been studied extensively, so I suspect it's my search that needs to be revised, not my topic. I'll take a look at the results that I did get to see if I can learn anything that might help. Evaluating your results and revising your search is going to take up about the first 50% of your research process, so be patient and prepared to search and research multiple times. Let's evaluate these results. Each is displayed the same way: title, authors, the journal the article was published in, and the date of publication. And this information helps me decide whether an article is relevant or not. I look at this information for each result. Then below that is a list of subjects. Now these are something you should be looking at for every single article you select. Every article is given a few subject terms when it is put into these databases to help make them easier to find. And you can use these at first to find new keywords for your topic. So in the first 3 results, I see bullying is bolded. This is exactly what we want. This means our keyword is appearing as a subject and we're getting closer. However, I don't see school-aged or kids showing up, which tells me those aren't the right words. I do see words like school and children and education, so I'm going to go ahead and bring up my keywords list and add those. I can also imagine words like violence, harassment, aggression, academic, youth, adolescent. All these synonyms will come to my aid later in our search process. The easiest fix, which I'll do first, is to remove aged from school, because that doesn't seem to be showing up anywhere. If I rerun this search, now I see I get 299 results, which is great, because now I have more to work with. I can scroll through them, looking at title, author, publication, and subject. At the bottom, you'll see the option to scroll through to the next page. If I look at the first one, I see it's involving substance abuse, which isn't really part of my topic. The second one seems to be an overview from the Delta Kappa Gamma Bulletin, which I'm not sure what that is yet, from 2018, which is recent. I also see my keywords showing up in the subjects, so I'm interested. I'll click the title to get a more detailed view. This is what's called the article's record, which gives you details and information. On the left are ways to access the article, PDF or sometimes HTML full text. In the center is detailed information about it, and this is where I can look into the publication to make sure it's academic and meets my assignment requirements. As you can see, it's hyperlinked, so we click and we get another record view, but this time about the publication. I can see that it's listed as an academic journal, which gives me confidence that the materials inside of it will meet the assignment requirements of scholarly materials. So I can go back and I see my subject terms as well as something called an abstract. Academic articles will come with an abstract, which is essentially a summary of what the article is about, so that you can quickly decide whether you want to save it and read it or move on to look for something more relevant. If you do want to save it, on the right-hand sidebar, we see various tools to do so. I recommend you email it, make sure to get the citation, and save a permalink. Now, there are a few ways to do this. For email, you'll enter your email into the To box and click Send. This will appear in your email inbox, usually in the inbox folder, but if not, check your junk or spam. Sometimes it can take a couple of minutes. It will email you the record and permalink to the article, but not the citation. If you want the citation, you will send a second email with, instead of standard field format, citation format enabled, and you'll change the drop down to, of course, American Psychological Association, because that is a citation style for your discipline. So you'll have two emails, one with the record and link and one with the citation. Another thing you can do is use the Cite button, scrolling once again to APA, to copy and paste the automatic citation into your sources document. That's another way to do it. However, you notice there's no permalink or URL or HTTP in this particular citation, which is a problem because for an online resource, you absolutely need to include the link to where it came from. Now, unlike on a website on the internet, you can't use the information in the URL address bar to get back to this article because we had to log into library databases. What you need is a permalink or a permanent link to this record, and that can be found again on the right-hand sidebar at the bottom. You click it, a link will pop up in a bar, you copy it and paste it into your source list, and that is the final permalink that you will use. So now that we know that this is a relevant article, let's go ahead and open up the PDF full text, which sometimes might also be a link to HTML full text. Academic articles can be long, dense, and challenging to read, but they have some features in common that make it easier for us. You'll always see, for example, the journal title at the top. You'll see it divided into sections. You'll often see information about the author who might hold a credential like a PhD. And at the end, you will always come across a references list. Skim the references to see if any of the resources cited here may be useful to you. You can look them up in the library for yourself to get more articles. Now, usually you won't find the best articles for your research after one simple search. So let's go back and talk about advanced search strategies. On the left-hand sidebar, you see the option to refine results. You can check the box to limit to just scholarly or peer-reviewed articles for your assignment. I can also limit to more recent articles, maybe in the last 10 years. Now we're down to 122. You have the option to limit to source type, maybe academic journals, as well as browsing the subject terms in the thesaurus or looking for more synonyms, and it'll tell you the name of the subject term and how many hits you get for each, so you can apply multiple ones of those. You can also look through publication or language if it's relevant to you. Now I'm at 119. There's no perfect number, but you do want to take a few steps to ensure everything in your results list is as relevant as possible. I can also improve my keywords using something called Boolean logic. Boolean logic is a way of applying your keywords and synonyms to greatest effect in the databases, and it involves three key terms: and, or, and not. Remember how our keyword boxes are automatically linked with and? Well, that dropdown could also be changed to or and not. Let's talk about what these mean, and then we'll look at how to apply them. As we've seen, linking our keywords with and makes sure that all the words in the different boxes are included in every single article that comes up. It'll give you fewer but more relevant results. And if you wind up using so many ands that you're not getting enough results, try taking a keyword or two out. Visually, this looks like so. If my search is peanut butter and jelly, I don't get all those articles that just say peanut butter or all those articles that just say jelly. I only get the smaller subset of articles that say peanut butter and jelly. What about or? Or links are synonyms such as cat or feline or pet. It's a way that we can employ all the different ways of saying a certain concept to make sure we catch as many articles that talk about it as possible. This will give us more results. So if you use or to the point where the results are no longer relevant, then you want to remove one or two. Visually, this looks like so. I get all the articles that say just peanut butter, or the articles that say peanut butter and jelly, or the articles that say jelly. The last one is not, and you'll only use this if you're seeing articles that come up that are totally irrelevant. So say you're searching for rock music, but you start seeing things about rocks and geology. Not then removes problem words, so you would say rock, not geology. It'll give you fewer results, and you'll really only use it when you're seeing a problem. So this is peanut butter, not jelly. So I get everything with peanut butter, nothing with peanut butter and jelly, and nothing with just jelly. So to review, and, or, and not give us either both terms with and, either term with or just one term with not. Go ahead and return to this after you try these out a few times in the databases to see how it affects your search. So how can we apply these? We already have the concepts linked by and organized neatly into boxes, so let's add synonyms in each box using or. So bullying, again, could be or violence, or harassment, or aggression. And the reason you're seeing that drop down is because I've tried this search before. School could be or academic, or education. Kids could be or children, or youth, or adolescent. They all mean about the same thing. We're doing this to make sure we get the best results. Considering researchers could be using these terms interchangeably, we want to make sure we don't miss out on any good resources based on the choice of our language. So let's see what happens to our search. From 119, we go to 6,190. That's a lot to look at, but there is a way to revise this to be even more specific. You might be thinking, well, what if the authors say bully instead of bullying, or violent instead of violence? That's a great point, and we have a trick for that too. It's called truncation, and we use it by replacing the endings of words that could have a different ending with an asterisk. So bullying becomes bully, violence becomes violin with the star, because that could be violent or violence. Harassment could be harass, harassing, harassment, harassers. Aggression could be aggressive, aggressor. So now that star at the end of the root of the word replaces all the possible endings and gives us all those options. So this could be academic or academia. This could be education or educators, kid or kids, child, children, childhood, adolescence, adolescent. Now, as you might expect, we're going to go from 6,190 to a larger amount. Now that we've got the broadest use of our best terms, we're going to rein it in so that our best terms show up in the important places of an article. And as we've reviewed, that could be the title, the subjects, or our abstract. If you notice the Select Field dropdown, we have the option to tell the database to look for these keywords and synonyms in various places in the article's record. All text, author, title, subject term, abstract, keywords. I recommend you focus on subject terms or abstract. We'll try abstract for the first go around because it's a little broader. We're going from about 8,000 down to 3,000. So now we're getting really close. We've got our best keywords in the most effective order and we're looking in the most targeted places. We can also change these to subject and you can have a mix. Again, this is all about searching and researching to see what we get and when we get the best results. Research is creativity and persistence. Always keep track of your work and save your citations as permalinks. From the Skagit Valley College Library homepage, if you scroll to the bottom, you'll see research guides. Sort them by subject, go to citation guides, and citing sources. I recommend bookmarking this page. You'll go to the APA or American Psychological Association style page, and you'll see a list of excellent resources giving you formatting and example templates for your different citations. You'll want to take all of the automatic citations you get from the databases and check them against guides like this to make sure that they're 100% accurate. Remember, you can get help 24/7 from the library homepage using the Ask a Librarian box. We are online 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday to Thursday and 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Friday. However, when we Skagit Valley College librarians are off duty, this service is 24/7 and another librarian will be online to assist you one-on-one. You can also get a hold of us through email and phone. Happy researching!